Good day! Here are the stories for the Manila Times for Saturday, January 22, 2022, brought to you by Wilkin Depot, the country's leading home improvement and construction supplies retailer. Shop conveniently 24/7 with the Wilkin online store. Just go to shop.wilkin.com.ph. Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship Jose Maria Joy Concepcion III is proposing the gradual lifting of COVID-19 quarantine restrictions for arriving international travelers once the Omicron-driven surge subsides. In his remarks during the Go Negocios Booster to the Max Town Hall meeting on Friday, Concepcion said phasing out facility-based quarantine for international arrivals and shifting to home-based quarantine would help the country's tourism and airline sectors recover faster. He said countries like Thailand and Switzerland have done away with mandatory quarantine on arrival in a move to attract more travelers. A faction of the Partido Demokratiko Pilipino Lakas ng Bayan or PDPLaban has adopted Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte Carpio as its candidate for vice president in the May elections. The faction of the ruling party led by Energy Secretary Alfonso Cusi deferred announcing its choice for president, saying it was still screening the list of contenders, including Duterte Carpio's running mate Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. Cusi also said on Friday the party was finalizing an alliance with the Lakas Christian Muslim Democrats headed by Duterte Carpio. The rival wing in the PDPLaban is supporting the presidential run of Senator Emmanuel Manny Pacquiao. Cusi said during a virtual press briefing his group chose Duterte Carpio because the quality of her advocacies and vision are strongly aligned with that of the party. Vice President Maria Leonor Leni Robredo committed to create a more transparent, ethical, and trustworthy government that will spur the growth of the business sector. During the open forum of Meet the Presidentiables, Economic Reforms in the New Frontier, organized by the Financial Executive Institutes of the Philippines or FINEX, the Federation of Filipino-Chinese Chambers of Commerce and Industry, Signal, and the Manila Times, along with other organizations, Robredo, who is running as an independent presidential candidate, expounded on her economic platform and underlined the significance of economic reform in addressing the issues the country faces. She anchored her presentation on two strategies, the Kalayaan sa COVID Plan and the Hanap Buhay para sa Lahat Jobs Plan. The Philippines is among the 105 countries being considered for the more affordable version of Merck's anti-COVID-19 pill in deals announced on Thursday by a United Nations-backed organization. The Global Medicines Patent Pool signed agreements with 27 manufacturers to produce the oral antiviral medicine Molnupiravir for supply in low- and middle-income countries. Other countries covered include some of the world's most heavily populated nations like India, Indonesia, Pakistan, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Ethiopia, and Egypt. Filipino skepticism on getting vaccinated against COVID-19 continued to wane as only 8% of the adult population remain unwilling to get vaccinated, the fourth quarter survey of the social weather stations showed. Compared to May 2021, when the SWS first asked respondents about their willingness to receive the vaccine, the 8% recorded in December 2021 was 25% lower than the 33% in May. Unwillingness to receive the vaccine continued to decline at 21% in June 2021, down to 18% in September 2021. The percentage of those unwilling to get vaccinated fell in all areas in the country, with 4% in Metro Manila, 8% each in Balance, Luzon, and Mindanao, and 15% in the Visayas from the May 2021 results at 30% each in Metro Manila and Mindanao, 34% in Balance, Luzon, and 38% in the Visayas. Over to business. Banking giant Standard Chartered Bank projects Philippine economic expansion to meet the government's target, but warned that slow vaccination progress and persistently high inflation are major risks to growth. According to the bank's economist for the Philippines, Jonathan Koh, the country's gross domestic product is expected to rebound by 7.5%. The growth outlook is within the lower end of the 7 to 9% range set by the Interagency Development Budget Coordination Committee for the year. Topping sports, Olympian pole vaulter Ernest John Obiena said he has not received financial assistance from the Philippine Sports Commission since September of 2021. During a roundtable discussion with the Manila Times on Thursday, Obiena said there was nothing to complain about. The PSC, however, clarified that the budget request by Obiena has been approved by the government's sports arm until December, and the amount will only be released after the completion of Obiena's liquidation report for the previous financial assistance. Having been a recipient of the PSC support for elite athletes since 2017, Obiena understands how the system works. Antonio Contreras and Dian Macabenta are today's front page columnists. Contreras talks about the EQ and IQ of democracy, while Macabenta wonders if the Supreme Court allegedly engaged in electioneering on the suspension of lawyer Larry Gadon. Today's editorial discusses the maritime issues between the Philippines and China. Read the full version on the paper's opinion section or listen to the Voice of the Times. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print, subscribe to its digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, and keep up with the Times. On behalf of the Manila Times, this is Arik John Seco reporting. Have a safe weekend ahead.